Hello guys, I'm Jacob here, your math tuition teacher from AAA Teaching Center. Nice to meet you all. So today, what we'll be learning is angles in polygons. So what exactly is a polygon? Well, if I were to explain it in mathematical terms, it is a flat shape with n sides. N meaning the number of sides. It can be as many sides as possible. It can be 5 sides, it can be 10 sides, it can be a lot of sides. Well, some common polygons we know is this. I believe that you all know this shape is a triangle, right? Well, yeah, a triangle is a polygon with 3 sides. Well, this is a quadrilateral. Sometimes it can be drawn in a rectangle or a square or a trapezium. It all falls under the quadrilateral series. Why? Because they all have 4 sides. So as long as they have 4 sides, they belong to quadrilateral. Now this is a pentagon. A pentagon meaning that it's a polygon with 5 sides. Well, as you go down along the road of polygons, you'll discover that it keeps going on. There's hexagons, there's heptagons, octagons, blah blah blah. Well, for IGCSE, you only need to memorize up to a decagon. So just go and memorize the names and how many sides they have, and I believe that that should be enough. Well, next we'll be talking about basic angle properties. Well, the first point that I will be making today is that angles that meet up at a point will be equals to 360 degrees. Does that sound confusing to you? Well, I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to sort of understand what I just meant. 3, 2, 1. Okay? If you're at here, you probably understood it, and if you don't, let me just draw it up for you. Let's say today I'm drawing 2 random lines. 2 random lines. It doesn't need to be straight, it can be curved. Alright, you've seen my 2 red lines here. And this part is the part where they intersect, right? Or the part where they meet up at. So at this part, this single part over here, let me highlight it. This part, the angle that is here is 360 degrees because it is the point where they meet up. So if I were to construct, a circle here, that a circle is 360 degrees. So the angle here will be 360 degrees. Okay, so hopefully you guys understood that point. Well, secondly, angles that meet on the straight line equals to 360 degrees. Let me draw a straight line here. Okay, this is a straight line. So the angle here would be equal to 180 degrees, right? Because it is on the flat line, and anything on the flat line will be equal to 180 degrees. Okay? Now the third point here is probably the most confusing, but probably the most practical one that you will be using through your exercises. So vertically opposite angles, let me highlight that for you real quick. Okay, vertically opposite angles are equal when they intersect. Okay, they are equal when they intersect. So I have 2 drawn examples down here. So you see this line and this line over here. Let me name them line A and line B. When they intersect, right? So these 2 sides opposite to each other, they are equal. So let's say this is A and B, angle A and B. So angle A is equals to angle B. So let's say if angle A today is 100 degrees, then angle B will be 100 degrees also. Well, it goes the same for the left and right angle too. These 2 angles will also be equal. Because they are also vertically opposite to each other. Get that? Okay? So if you still don't understood what I meant just now, or it sounds too confusing for you, never mind. I have an example coming up over here, okay? Let me just explain the triangle properties for you. So all of you know what's a triangle, right? It's this and this over here. Well, we have 2 types of triangle. Actually, we have 3. One being your common type of triangle with all different side lengths, with 3 sides. But we have 2 special triangles that we are going to be discussing today. So for an isosceles triangle, which is the triangle I have over here, what's so special about this triangle, Jacob? Well, I'm going to tell you. what's so special about this triangle is that it has two equal angles and two equal sides with equal length. So that this side over here and this side over here, they both have equal lengths, okay? Equal lengths. And this angle over here and this angle over here are equal. So they have two equal angles. Now, about an equilateral triangle, what an equilateral triangle means that all three sides have same length, you know, so it looks perfect. Well, with all three sides having the same length, that also means that all three sides, the angles are equal, right? And we've learned that the sum of interior angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So to understand or know the angle of, you know, to know a single angle, we can simply take 180 divided by 3. Hence, we will know that an angle of an equilateral triangle will be equal to 60 degrees. Sounds good? Alright, I have an example here for you guys. You guys may pause the screen and try to work it out by yourself. I will give you guys 5 seconds from now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Hopefully you guys have your answer in your mind, and let's solve it now. Okay, this diagram is formed by 3 straight lines. Let's find the value of x, okay? So value of x is this. I have highlighted it so it's easier for me to see. Okay, for me what I like to do is that I like to identify out all the angles, like this angle, this angle, this angle, this and this. By identifying more angles, you know, you have more ways to work on the solution, so it will be easier for you, I believe. Okay, so let's see. So can we know this angle? We can, right? Because vertically opposite angles are equal. Vertically opposite angles equal. So we know that this angle in red over here is 60 degrees. Well, we also know that angle on the straight line equals to 180 degrees. So this angle over here plus 130 degrees should equal to 180 degrees. Okay, let's move 130 over. We know that x equals to 50 degrees. Okay, we also know that sum of angle in triangle equals to 180 degrees. So 180 degrees will be equal to 60 plus 50 plus x. So we know that x will be equal to 70 degrees. Alright, so that should be your answer. Okay, moving on. I have another example question for you guys, just in case you guys are still, you know, struggling. Well, we have 2 triangles over here, ABD and ADC. Let me highlight that out for you. This is ABD and this is ADC. Okay, BDC is a straight line, AB equals to AC. So AB equals to AC, what does that mean? Well, that tells us that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, right? Because it has 2 equal sides. Okay, ABD equals to 61. Work out angle DAC. Where's DAC? Okay, DAC is this angle over here. We need to work out this. So how do we begin? Well, as we said, ABC is an isosceles triangle. Hopefully you guys already, you know, figure out by now that this angle over here will be equal to 61 also. So angle ACD equals to 61 degrees, because this whole triangle over here is an isosceles triangle. So let's write that down, 61 degrees. Oh, and ADC is a triangle, so sum of angle in triangle equals to 180 degrees. 180 degrees equals to 61 plus 81 plus x. And you know, just doing maths, we know that x equals to 38 degrees. Okay, moving on. So now we are gonna be talking about polygons. You still remember what we were talking about just now? Polygons. Polygons is a flat shape made out of n number of sides, right? So I'm gonna be teaching you how to find out the sum of interior angles of a polygon and the sum of their exterior angles. So this is our first formula over here. to calculate the sum of interior angles, we can simply take the number of sides of the polygon minus 2 and times 180. That will give you the sum of interior angles. Okay, you can memorize down or screenshot that down real quick. And the second point is that sum of exterior angles equals to 360 degrees. Okay, I have a simple diagram over here. So as you can see, the blue angles over here, they represent the interior angle of this. This is a hexagon, right? Since it has 6 sides, it is a hexagon, so all the blue angles represent the interior angle of the hexagon, and all the red angles over here represent the exterior angles of it. So according to our formula just now, we simply take the number of sides of a hexagon, which is 6, minus 2 and times 180 degrees. That way we know that the sum of all angles in an hexagon is 720 degrees. Okay, hopefully you understood what I meant just now. Okay, we have example question 1 already. So this diagram below shows an irregular pentagon. Okay, let's highlight that down real quick. A pentagon. What does a pentagon mean real quick? 3, 2, 1. Okay, a pentagon means that it has 5 sides, right? So to work out the value of x, it has already given us all the interior angles, right? It has already given the values. So what we can do is that we take the number of sides of a pentagon, which is 5, minus 2, times 180. That will give us 540 degrees total, right? So we know that all the 3x plus 5, 2x minus 20, 95, x plus 40, and x, they all add up to 540, right? So we can simply write that down. 3x plus 5 plus 2x minus 20 plus 95 plus x plus 40 plus x equals to 540. Okay, so let's take 3x plus 2x plus x plus x. That would give us 7x, right? So 7x. Now we have 5 minus 20 plus 95 plus 40. So that will give us a total of 120, right? So 7x plus 120 equals to 540, and 7x equals to 420. Hence x equals to 60 degrees. The question wants us to work out the value of x, and we just did so. X equals to 60 degrees. Okay, so example question number 2. So in IGCSE, they can actually ask you, polygons in different forms. The first question, you see, they give you a diagram, which some people may prefer. Visual learners, they like to look at diagram. Some ways they ask you is that they can just write you a word equation, and you need to, form like a diagram in your mind and solve it. So this question, it asks you the interior angle of a regular polygon with n sides is 156 degrees. Work out the value of n. Okay, so look at the keyword here, regular polygon. What does a regular polygon mean? 3, 2, 1. Okay, a regular polygon means that all of the sides of the polygon are equal. It is regular. An irregular polygon will look something like this. All of the sides, they have different lengths, the angles are different. But in a regular polygon, all the angles are the same, and the sides are same length too. So it is easy for us to work out, right? We can simply take the formula of n minus 2 times 180. That will give us the sum of the total angles of the polygon, and we can divide it by n, right? N meaning the number of sides of the polygon, and that would give us 156 degrees, because it states that it has n sides and the interior angle of it is 156 degrees. So let's do algebra. We can get 180n minus 360 equals to 156n. So that would give us 24n equals to 360, and n would be equals to 15. So the polygon will have 15 sides. Okay, hopefully you got that right. Okay, the third question. This one's a bit challenging, so you might want to pause the screen and take out a piece of paper, try to solve it yourself. It gives you more satisfaction, So I'm gonna stop for 3 seconds and we'll get back soon. 3, 2, 1. Okay, hopefully you are done. Now let's see. Work out the size of angle BEF. Where's BEF? BEF is over here, right? Okay, let's label that down real quick. BEF here. So how many sides does this shape have? What type of polygon it is? Let's count. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's a nonagon, right? Which means that it has 9 sides. So to work out the angle of BEF, it doesn't really give us much information in this diagram over here, neither does the word question. So I believe that our first step should be finding, how much is the interior angle? What's the value of a single interior angle? That way we can perhaps know, the whole angle over here, and in some way try to solve for the BEF, okay? So for me, I will start by solving the value of a single interior angle by doing a similar formula to the question we did in front. N minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So that would give us 1260 divided by 9, which means that it is 140. So a single angle here has a value of 140 degrees. Okay. So what about here? What about this shape over here? It's an irregular polygon, right? So despite it being an irregular polygon, we can still find for the sum of total angles. Am I right? So for this shape over here, it has how many sides? It has 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. So it's a quadrilateral. So we just simply take 4 minus 2 times 180. So we know that the total angle in it is 360 degrees. Let's look at it again. We know that this angle C and D still belongs to the regular nonagon, right? So this will be 140 degrees and 140 degrees. Now, angle E and B should be equal, right? Because they are joined together with a straight line. So these two angles should be equal. Okay, so let's simply take 360 degrees minus 280. That gives us 80. And 80 divided by 2, we know that, okay, this angle over here equals to 40 degrees. And since the whole angle at here equals to 140 degrees, right? We can take 140 minus 40. We can know that, okay, angle BEF is 100 degrees. That's how you do it. Great. Okay. So a final recap for today. The total angle at a point is 360 degrees. That's point number 1. The total angle on the flat line is 180 degrees. The sum of interior angles, this is a formula that will be commonly used. You better memorize that down, okay? So you can score those easy points. And the sum of exterior angles is 360 degrees, okay? So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys, are interested in AAA Teaching Center. If you are, then be sure to sign up and I will see you during our math class. Bye.